I was not impressed with Overwatch. I went into it not intending to play it multiplayer, but I did it for around 4 hours straight and went to sleep late. But Pig, you said you were not impressed. I wasn't. Compared to the hype, I think it's overrated. Before I go too deep, I want to mention the bad things about it. First up, please be aware that Overwatch is still in beta mode. It is due out in this same month very soon, so there will be a few changes. Maybe some big ones, maybe some small ones, but most likely it's going to be some small ones. I'm just saying this because beta is beta, anything can change. Now that's out of the way, let's start. The textures are terrible. The textures are terrible in this game, and nobody acknowledges that. People ignore that. Look at these cans. Look at the circles on them as well. The models, they aren't even proper circles. I give a damn about these textures because this game is getting so much attention and this stuff is just totally ignored. This to me is distracting. It may seem like a little issue for you, but it's part of the game's overall quality, I think. And it's, I guess you can say that the game tries to put more focus on its performance and its characters. But I'm just surprised at how bad these textures are for a game like this. The art style is okay, I guess. It's very bright and it uses a ton of bloom, so there's just a bloom everywhere, really. It just likes using that, or not so much bloom. A lot of things just like to be glowing. When you leave a tunnel, you can kind of see that bloom effect which happens to your iris, but it's not really such a big deal in this. That's just the art style. They try and put that effect everywhere, really, and I think it really stands out as an art style, not exactly realistic, but it definitely makes this game look a little bit different than other games like this. And what I try to find in every game, because I think it really helps, is birds. The birds are tiny. Tiny. I'm talking about a few pixels, and they don't look much different from a splash of water. The sky is a wasteland. A waste sky? It's too empty. There is not enough atmosphere in the game. I did see some cars in the background and some ships flying around, but those are so distant and easy to ignore, they aren't that important. Birds flying overhead would have made the world feel so much larger than what it is, and that's what we noticed about Overwatch. The maps really do feel like a dead area of the world of the game, sectioned off for the battle. At least in Team Fortress 2 it made more sense, as it was miners versus miners, almost like a competition. In this it's force versus force. It's not meant to be organised like some gladiatorial arena like Team Fortress 2 was, though I guess that's debatable as TF2 has had a far longer time to establish its universe and identity or theme. Let's be realistic, there are a lot of different characters to choose from. This isn't just like TF2 where there's 6, 10, 8 characters or something, classes, but there's a lot of them. And the animation team, I think, did exceptionally well for the amount of work they had to do compared to most games, but they are already known for their animation talent. Ever since the old Warcraft days, they make seamless animations. That seems to be their thing. That could be why this game has got so much attention. Look on the subreddit. There are endless threads of just a GIF playing, which shows how Blizzard's beautiful art style and animation is a part of the game. Play of the game is a great feature in a game like this, and I think it's really the next step of a kill camera which Call of Duty introduced. I think it's really helping Blizzard advertise the game. So maybe that's why it's so popular. And I guess a big complaint about Overwatch is that there are 3 regions in the game. There's America, Europe, and Asia. No Australia. As an Australian, that's a big problem for me. I hardly experience any lag, but that's because my net connection is better than the people I play with, it seems. Better than the other Australians I play with. But they experience a bunch of lag, and that's a big deal. Most of us don't have fiber yet, so I'm not sure if it is the gameplay or it is because of the huge lag, but I found that this game creates a ton of salt. I've never heard the kind of salt as what I heard last night. I think it's rare when I am the most positive person in a competitive multiplayer game like this, but every few seconds I would hear a curse word. Now I got to say this is in TeamSpeak with people I usually play a variety of different games with, as we usually jump on board whatever big game is having its Steam free weekend. So we have played a lot of different games together, and this game created enough salt to cover all of them. I found it amazing. And I just did not find that fun. A lot of people say Overwatch is not as much fun if you are by yourself, and I understand how important teamwork is in this game. But at least for my situation, I found it more fun when I was by myself. It was more relaxing. And that's coming from me, who I just like relaxing, playing with friends a lot of the time, and just chilling out. I mean, there is a ton of character in the game. A good art design, bright, pretty graphics and everything. And it's all easy to laugh at and be impressed by. It's just good just to sit back and watch the gameplay happen. But with all these negative things, it kept me playing. Why? The character variety. It took me a while to go through them all, and I enjoyed my time exploring them all. And I enjoyed it playing against other people who who were obviously playing the new free game at the same time. They were exploring their characters as well, because they were pretty crap. It was nice playing it without the teammates cursing all the time, and maybe that's just because it ruined my immersion and I found it more relaxing without them. But there was some kind of charm with the game. I don't know if anyone can explain it, but this video is trying to. I don't want to be another guy saying it's because the characters are so good, because most of the people saying that never give a shit about characters and stories in games like I do. I'm not alone. I know plenty of people who care about similar stuff to me in a game, but I think that what they mean is the variety of abilities which they've never seen before. This is a first-person hero shooter, which is what they call it, where each playable character has different abilities, but still has skill shots. Oi! Idiots! Go try a MOBA! That's what I think it is. The people praising this game so much have been avoiding MOBAs or are so burned out by them all that they think characters having such a variety of flashy abilities is a new thing, or that Overwatch will be an exception and the community will not be as toxic as your typical MOBA. Who knows what will happen next, but I'm excited to see if Overwatch will still be fun in 6 months from now. I'm on the fence on getting it though. I say I had fun, those lazy textures, tiny maps and lack of attention to the atmosphere are really bugging me, and I would have to blame the hype around the game I heard before I played it. So no, don't treat this video as a positive endorsement to Overwatch, treat it as a discussion to try and discover what makes this game so special. It may just be because it is a new type of game. Though it is very familiar to a MOBA, it has no minions, the maps are small, no one is blocked from choosing any of the characters. Or with a variety of different weapons, which means the rounds end fast. That could be it. Maybe it is because you can't see everyone's score. You don't feel so pressured to contribute and keep up with the pack. When you kill someone, you get a notification, but no one else on your team does unless they see it. But it just shows the character dropping dead. There is no kill feed. I have always enjoyed that side of games, which reminds me of the old days where people would play a game for fun before statistics. So I'm stoked to see it in. No one is pointing it out as a big deal. I think it is a big reason a lot of people are enjoying it because of the lack of pressure. Ignorance is bliss, I say. Without the kill feed or a scoreboard, we see more of the gameplay. We are less restricted and worried about our teammates performing or not performing. It's a game. They are meant to be fun to play, and scoreboards and kill feeds have always ruined that. What they do is they force people to put up with them on the screen in the HUD. They block people's vision. And I really like that risk Blizzard has done by keeping it out. I hope that they keep up with it. So that may be the new type of first-person shooter people are looking for. First-person shooters have been a big thing. They've not really adapted a lot. Sure, they give you a point of view of the character. Multiplayer has come, then guns were placed into people's hands. Rocket launchers became a thing. Gun variety and more themes created different styles of guns. More gameplay mechanics also started to appear, such as melee, a shield, weapons, jumping, special double jumping. Statistics became a big thing, and maybe the biggest thing to happen to a first-person shooter was the ability to seamlessly use vehicles. Now it's a large variety of characters, each with multiple abilities and smaller maps. This is just a new style of first-person shooter, which is being coined as a hero shooter. Paladins and Battleborns are also being called the same, but there are plenty of comparison videos out there about that which you can watch. Only time will tell if the Overwatch formula is successful. We'll know and see if it holds up in 6 months. But for now, if you got an opinion you'd like to share, I'd like to read it in the comments, as I would like to hear your own thoughts on the game, and if you think this really is amazing, or it is a sign that the first-person shooter is changing forever. I'll probably buy the game, as it seems to scratch that Team Fortress itch I had, and I'll be getting into streaming soon, so if you also want to see more videos on Overwatch, let me know, and if I buy the game, then I'll be happy to oblige. Thanks for watching.